The tide of war was shifting. After months of devastating loss, Korea found an ally in its time of greatest need. Recognizing the threat to its borders and its tributary state, Ming China mobilized its forces to turn the tide. However, this alliance between the two Asian powers during the Imjin War was fraught with tensions that stemmed from the complex dynamics of their historical relationship. This chapter will examine the political landscape of the time and how it tested the resilience of this fragile alliance. For centuries, Korea's Joseon dynasty had maintained a tributary relationship with the Ming Empire, rooted in Confucian ideals of hierarchical order and mutual obligations. While Korea paid tribute in return for protection and trade, the Ming court viewed the Korean monarch as a subordinate ruler, expected to adhere to Chinese guidance in foreign and domestic matters. This dynamic created an underlying tension. While King Seonjo saw Ming support as critical to Korea's survival, he also feared losing greater autonomy by appearing weak. The arrival of Chinese troops was a double-edged sword, offering salvation but also signaling Korea's dependence on Ming power. When Korea first appealed for help, the Ming court hesitated. The Imjin War coincided with internal challenges within the Ming Empire, including fiscal strain, border threats from the Jurchens in Manchuria, and growing corruption within its bureaucracy. Moreover, many Chinese officials underestimated the Japanese invasion, viewing it as a regional squabble rather than a threat to the empire itself. Early in the war, there were even factions within the Ming court that suggested Korea should resolve the matter independently, reflecting a lack of urgency in Beijing. It was only when reports of Japan's rapid advance and the fall of Pyongyang reached the Ming court that Emperor Wanli and his advisors recognized the potential danger. Japan's ambitions threatened not only Korea, but also China's southern borders and its broader influence in East Asia. King Seonjo faced immense political pressure from within his court. Factions emerged, debating whether Ming intervention was a blessing or a humiliation. Hardliners argued that Korea should demonstrate greater self-reliance, fearing long-term subjugation to Ming authority. Moderates, however, insisted that only China had the resources and manpower to repel the Japanese invasion. The political divide weakened the Korean court's ability to present a united front. Furthermore, Seonjo's flight from Seoul to Pyongyang and then further north eroded confidence in his leadership. Ming commanders, upon arriving in Korea, reportedly expressed frustration at the disorganized state of the Korean military and its leadership. The alliance between Ming and Korea also faced friction in terms of military strategy and command. Ming generals, such as Li Rusong, often dismissed Korean officers as inexperienced and overly cautious, while Korean commanders resented what they perceived as Ming arrogance. Adding to the fragility of the alliance was Japan's attempt to exploit the political divide between Ming and Korea. Hideyoshi's envoys approached the Ming court directly, bypassing Korea, and proposed peace talks that would grant Japan recognition as a legitimate ruler of Korea. Though the Ming rejected these overtures in their final form, the negotiations created suspicion and unease between the allies. Korea feared that China might prioritize its own interests and negotiate a settlement with Japan that would leave Korea divided or subjugated. To maintain some degree of agency, the Korean court actively sought to highlight its contributions to the war effort. King Seonjo's advisors emphasized the importance of Admiral Yi Sun-sin's naval victories, presenting Korea as a capable and essential partner rather than a dependent state. The Ming-Korean alliance was ultimately a partnership forged out of necessity rather than mutual trust. While their combined efforts were instrumental in halting the Japanese advance, the relationship was marked by underlying tensions, miscommunications, and competing priorities. How did this fragile alliance evolve in the face of overwhelming odds? What would it take to drive the Japanese forces out of Korea? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the epic battles and intricate politics that defined this war. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to support this channel. Or not, but thanks so much for watching.